Listen, I know tracking calories can be so confusing. It can be daunting, it can be tedious, but man, oh man, it can be so beneficial as well when it comes to your health and fat loss expedition. The goal of this video is to answer 7 of the most frequently asked questions that I get regarding calories, tracking of calories, and just clearing up all the confusion around calories. By the end of this video, if you don't skip through any of it, you're going to have a much better understanding about calories, tracking calories, and you're going to be able to use that to your benefit when it comes to your health and fat loss expedition. As I mentioned, I'm going to be answering 7 of the top questions. Let's get into them. But also, like I said, don't now come skip from, oh, I know that, so I'm going to skip to the next one. No, I'm going to give you the information now that gets asked on a regular basis. Even if you think you know the answer, sometimes, not sometimes, a lot of the times, there's always something new to be learned. Question number 1. How many calories do I need for fat loss? Let's unpack this quickly. Every single one of you are different. Every single one of you will require a different amount of calories when it comes to your fat loss goals. Your calorie deficit goal is calculated based on your age, weight, height, gender, and activity level. So there's not just one generic number that we can throw left, right, and center. Ooh, we're not Oprah here. We're not giving away calories. Okay, so one there, oh, you get 1,200 calories. Oh, you get 1,200 calories. No. It doesn't work like that. As per usual, I'll post a link in the show notes. Click on that link, go and use my free calorie calculator. Boom, get your calorie deficit goal. Continue. Because like I said, everyone is unique and you might just be consuming way too little calories on 1,200 calories per day. Hence why maybe you're struggling to adhere to it, and maybe that's why there is overconsumption at a certain point. Okay. What's that? That's question number 2. Do I need to eat less than the goal to create a calorie deficit? No. So once you've used the free calculator on my website, it's going to give you a calorie goal. That is your calorie deficit. You don't need to be consuming less calories than that to put yourself into a calorie deficit. Unless you have entered maintenance as a goal into a calorie calculator, you're going to be getting a calorie deficit amount. So if your goal is lose weight, and you click on the tab that says lose weight, it's going to calculate your calorie deficit amount. So you don't need to be consuming less than that. Let's say, for example, the goal given to you is 1,600 calories. You don't now need to go consume 1,300 calories. That goal of 1,600 that has been given to you, that is your calorie deficit amount. All right, so you don't need to be making it less. That's already placing you within a deficit. Ooh. I'm making the sound effects to the questions because I'm not sure I know how to add them in the video editor yet. That was question number 3. Do I eat back the calories burned through exercise? Woo, this is a big question. This is a question that I get asked on a frequent basis. I know why this question gets asked though, because like in MyFitnessPal, if you connect your activity monitor to your food tracking app, a lot of the times it adds back the calories that you burn through exercise and says, you've earned 300 calories through that exercise. No. Your exercise calories have already been factored into your calorie goal. So the best thing for you to do here, delink any of your step monitors or activity trackers from your food tracking apps. Use your food tracking apps purely to track food. You're not going to be eating back the calories burned through exercise because, like I said, those exercise calories have already been factored into your calorie goal. Don't make that mistake because a lot of the times when you're eating back the calories burned through exercise, you're now taking yourself out of a calorie deficit and you're putting yourself back into maintenance. Ding! Question number 4, difference between kilojoules and calories. Essentially, it's exactly the same thing. It's sort of like kilograms and grams or meters and kilometers. Just a different way of saying what you've measured. Let's say, for example, you see a nutritional label and it says 1,600 kilojoules. To get the calorie amount, you would then say, cool, 1,600 kilojoules divided by 4.184, and that will give you the calorie amount. Now, what I would suggest you do on your food tracking apps is set it to calories. So go into your settings and change it from kilojoules to calories. It's just a lot easier to keep track of things in calories because there's less numbers and less figures. And if you're horrible at numbers and maths and figures like I am, the less you have, the easier it is to keep track of it. Okay. What's that? That's the next question flying in. Question number 5. Do I need to eat all my calories every single day? No. Simply put, no. If your calorie goal is 1,600 per day and you finish the day on 1,450 calories and you are full, you're not hungry, you don't need to eat the last 150 calories. You eat until you're full, and if you're full at 1,450 calories, you don't need to consume those extra 150 calories to get you to 1,600 calories. The only thing that I would keep an eye out on, don't restrict your calories on purpose to speed up fat loss. Meaning, don't cut your calories on purpose to an amount where you go to bed ravenous and you wake up ravenous in the hope that you're going to lose fat faster. Yes, most likely you will, because you're creating a bigger calorie deficit, but you're also creating cuck for yourself. By cuck, I mean you're creating shit for yourself because you're not eating enough. And what's that going to lead to? That's going to lead to overconsumption of calories at a certain point, and boom, that's where you spiral. So rather create consistency within your calories where you feel full throughout the day. Question number 6. What if I can't adhere to my calories? Oh, I forgot to make a sound effect. What if I can't adhere to my calories? There's no problem with that. If your calorie goal is 1,600 and you're struggling to adhere consistently to 1,600 calories per day, rather look at increasing your calories then to 1,700 or 1,750 per day. Rather have it at an amount that you can adhere to and that you can sustain to. Once you get okay with that amount, then maybe you can decrease the calories a little bit. Keep in mind, most calorie calculators are going to place you on, say, a 15, 20 or 25% calorie deficit. So if you increase your calories by 100 or 150 calories per day, you'll still be within a calorie deficit, just a smaller calorie deficit, but rather be in a deficit that you can adhere to for a long period of time. There's no point in creating a low-calorie goal for yourself, but then you can't adhere to it, because then what's the point of it anyway? So rather have something that you can adhere to over a long period of time, because that's what's going to bring you progress. A very, very low-calorie goal, you might be able to adhere to it for a short period of time, but like I said, after a while, you're probably just going to spiral out of control, overconsume food, and then say, this is not for me. So work out your sweet spot when it comes to your calories. And then the last question that we've got, number 7. If I overeat calories on one specific day, should I make up for it the next day with exercise? Absolutely not. No, we're not doing that. If your goal is 1,600 calories and today you consume 2,000 calories, you're not going to go out there and go and do an excessive amount of cardio tomorrow to make up for an overconsumption of food yesterday. We need to break that mindset. That is a very negative mindset when it comes to the way you perceive food and the way that you perceive exercise. Because now exercise is becoming a chore, and we don't want exercise to become a chore, right? Because now you're looking at exercise like, oh my goodness, I need to go and do more exercise because I overate food yesterday. Now you're already making yourself feel guilty. You're going out there doing an excessive amount of cardio to try and burn off the food you ate yesterday. No, we're scrapping that idea. If you overconsume calories on one day, what do you do the next day? You proceed as per normal. Don't reduce your calories the next day. Don't punish yourself with cardio. Proceed as per normal, because that's how you're going to create consistency. We need to break that mindset of, oh, I've done something wrong if I ate 400 extra calories. That is a very detrimental mindset to have. We want to break that mindset. No matter what actions and choices you make every single day, they have to be intentional, right? So if your intention behind going out and doing exercise is to get fresh air, a mental health break, to move a little bit more, to get away from your computer, those intentions are good intentions. But when your intention is to go out there and do exercise to burn off food that you shouldn't have been eating, the intention behind that exercise immediately gets flipped and put more into a negative way of seeing things. And as I always say, this isn't a 21-day quick fix. This is you creating you for the rest of your life. So if you overconsume calories today, you proceed as per normal tomorrow, because that's how you're going to create that consistency. But the moment you start doing extra cardio because you overconsumed food yesterday, or the moment you start restricting your calories the next day because you overconsumed food the previous day, what does that create? That creates that vicious yo-yo cycle. And that's the cycle that we want to break. We want to create this amazing, most beautiful consistency. That's what we want to create. And we can't be doing that if we keep punishing ourselves with extra cardio or less food because of one extra chocolate yesterday. No, we break that mindset now. When, Mandy? Now. We break that mindset now. And whilst we're doing things now, subscribe to my channel and like this video. I mean, you don't have to if you don't want to. Like I always say in the show notes of these videos, only subscribe to this channel if you're really interested in learning and making a change to your lifestyle. Now, I know tracking calories can be quite tedious, but sometimes, just sometimes, you have to put the work in. You have to go through the tedious process so that you can learn, so that you can see where you are at with your food consumption, and that's how you see progress. But you can't come to me and say, oh, but Mandy, tracking calories is too tedious. Do it for 7 days. And already, just within 7 days, your eyes will be opened with regards to some of the food choices that you are making. Once you've done it for 7 days, 14 days, whatever, you can start making calculated tweaks to your plan. And already just by doing that, I can tell you now, you will see progress. On that note, I'm going to love and leave you guys like I usually do. Keep smiling, keep laughing, and keep being kind to one another. Much love. I didn't catch that. No.